Um, Today I will be talking again about filial heart, especially sharing content from True Mother's memoir. I'm sure you're familiar with this one. This is from True Father, talking about the longing heart of God. And I think it's fitting that we talk about the heart of a child. God is longing for you to become people who can willingly sacrifice, die, and be resurrected for the sake of your faith. God longs for you to relate to him as your Father, to overcome death and rejoice in your resurrection to the realm of life, and to sing his praises in the eternal ideal world. God dearly misses each one of you. He has persevered to find you and meet you. What is important here is that God is longing that we really relate to God as our parent. So relating to God as our parent means that we have to have a children's heart. Without having a children's heart, even though God is longing for us to regard him as the heavenly parent, we cannot feel this longing heart of God. And later on, True Father talks about heavenly parent dearly misses each one of you. So true parents emphasize longing heart rather than emphasize love, because it is the heart that love comes about. So inheriting and cultivating this heart of a child becomes very, very important in this era. So young people who want to experience God, usually very difficult to experience God, because when you want to experience God, you are putting yourself in a subject position, God as an object position. So that's why many second generation who have difficulties in knowing God, is the reason is because they're trying to experience God from the position as subject, when actually we should be object partner to God. So when we have a children's heart, we have more possibility that we can feel this longing heart of God. Even in the Bible, Jesus said, "Let the little children come to me, and do not forbid them, for of such is the kingdom of heaven." So children, they naturally, are seeking for the parent. So when we're young, the first thing we do when we come home is we look for our mother. Yeah, right? You're looking for a parent. That's the heart of a child, where our life is basically our parents is the center of a child's life. So in the same way, if we have a children's heart, it means that heavenly parent is the center. True parents is the center. Having this heart of a child, of children, is the foundation for which we can know God's longing heart. So again here, we are orphans far away from the heavenly parent whom we have lost, and we have to find our true parents and our original homeland. So it is through true parents that we can really know the longing heart of God, because they are put in a position as the mediator, if you want to put it in that way, in a position as the Messiah. And they are the representative of God dwelling in this world. So in this sense, we have amazing example of a man and woman in that Adam and Eve should have become in our true parents. So when we attend our beloved parents, true parents for whom we long, be it in a palace or a small hut, this brings about happiness, brings about our hometown. Yeah. So when Jesus was welcomed by a woman who shed tears to wipe his feet, when he entered the household of some Pharisees, not only she wiped tears, with her tears, she wiped Jesus' feet. She also used very expensive oil to anoint Jesus. And Judas said that, well, the expensive oil could be sold and given the money raised given to the poor. And this is what Jesus said. For you have the poor with you always, but me, you do not have always. So again, Jesus is speaking from his heart of how precious this women, her name is Mary, have shown to Jesus, because she felt that Jesus is so precious that to a point where she used her tears to wipe her Jesus' feet and an expensive oil to anoint Jesus. So that's the heart of Jesus expressing, can we see our true parents in the same way? Can we see God in the same way? So True Mother talks about we always have to find the essence of God and the essence of Jesus. This is what True Mother is referring to. It's the heart of God and the heart of Jesus and the heart of our true parents. So the word Hyojong is actually coined by True Mother, but True Mother talks about Simjung. Hyojong signifies sincere devotion and love towards our heavenly parent. Comes from an earlier word that True Father introduced, Simjung, which is the essence of beauty and the original root of love. It is the beauty that stimulates love to search for eternally. So that's the when you say heart, this is what true parents mean by heart, not just the physical heart that we have on our left side of our chest. Yeah, the essence of beauty and the original root of love that stimulates love to search for eternally. So this is the heart that we should cultivate, inherit. Yeah, and if we have this heart, then we can have a pure and immaculate cultural heart will flow forth like a river and waft like a breeze through all forms of artistic creativity. So imagine if we have this kind of Simjung, we will all be great artists, whether it is drawing, sculpturing, poetry, or, or artists even in science, we can create beauty out of science. Yeah. So this is this amazing Simjung that we can inherit, by having this filial heart. So True Mother most concerned now is the youth and Christian ministers. So young people who are to lead in the future must focus themselves, do well in their studies, but at the same time, surpass their parents' filial heart for heaven. Yeah. And True Mother talks about this Hyo Jong Rang, youth of filial heart. So really, True Mother sent the UPA cadets here because we do not have that spirit. Yeah. The spirit, the Hyo Jong Rang, youth of filial heart, and this Hwarang of all in their devotion to heaven. So we are making all kinds of condition, evening Chongsimon prayer condition to welcome the cadets that our True Mother has sent, really to really bring about this youth of filial heart. Yeah. And if we can dedicate ourselves to heaven, dedicate ourselves even better to Heavenly Parent and to True Parent, then they will know that the pain one endures today is a strong foundation for tomorrow. So all of us, first generation, have some kind of foundation because we accepted true parents and did what is necessary, you know. That is the dedication of our life to true parents when we are young. But today, we are looking for righteous young people that True Mother is talking about as pure water, whether it is second generation or young people or what we call now the next generation. Yeah, they are the ones that will have to go through the pain that we went through. But this pain will establish the strong foundation for their blessed central family in the future. This is what True Mother is asking all of us to do to find these righteous young people who are the next generation. And this spirit of Hyojong must be a filial son, consider what he can do for his parents and courageously follow through. I think we read this just a moment ago. That is why the spirit of Hyojong is great. It seeks to serve others and not oneself. And this is very, very lacking in young people today because they are so focused either on their own independent life, their materialistic life, their future, but they're not willing to sacrifice. Yeah, whether we're talking about the young people or the second generation, but we have to find the righteous people today that God has prepared, including second generation. Now, some of the individuals or people in high position that received True Mother, they were prepared by God. People like Prophet Radebe, and there is one that is mentioned in the True Mother's memoir that we don't usually take notice, and his name is Kasum Manga, a member of Parliament of Niger. Niger is actually a landlocked country in Africa, but in this first country, first national level blessing ceremony, when he received True Mother, when True Mother, visited, came, he shed tears of joy. Yeah, as his dearest wish had finally been realized. So someone who has not met True Mother, who is prepared by God, can she even shed tears on the first meeting with True Mother? Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Have we shed tears when we look at True Mother? When we look at their photos, have we shed tears? Yeah. I'm sure many of us, even if we have not shed tears literally, we have shed tears in our heart. Yeah. That is the heart of a filial son. Yeah. And we need to cultivate this heart and inherit this filial heart. He is called a filial son among filial sons. This is true mother's words in the memoir. Yeah. Because he shed tears when he first met with true mother. Yeah. Reminds me of the person that received true father, prepared when Satan actually surrendered to true parents. Yeah. He just bowed down to true father, and true father shed tears. So this future of Cheongguk is indeed filled with hope. The filial piety of second and third generation. This is Taiwan, heavenly Taiwan. The youth, the second generation, the third generation is really attending to true mother when true mother went to Taiwan, just like the sunflowers following the sun's path. This is how true mother described young youth that really could unite in heart with true mother. Yeah, and when true mother was asked, how do you feel? How do you feel today at the conclusion of Valley of Hope in Taiwan? I feel so proud in my heart. It was truly wonderful. This is heavenly Taiwan. Yeah. So many of your home country, I'm proud also because Singapore cannot receive true mother in this way, but at least representative of the Chinese people of the world, yeah, heavenly Taiwan could receive true mother in such an amazing way that makes true mother so proud in her heart. This is filial heart. And of course, Prophet Radebe even assisted true mother in the holy water ceremony, and true mother said, I strongly felt he was indeed a filial son whose only desire was to help his mother. So when true mother met with the Christian ministers here in Vegas last year, what did he ask? What did she ask the Christian ministers? She asked the Christian ministers to recognize that true mother is mother to them. In order to recognize that true mother is mother to them, they need to have a child's heart, isn't it? A filial heart. When true mother met with Paula White, that's what true mother asked Paula White. Personal meeting between true mother and Paula White. She just said, I'm your mother. This is how true mother feel towards every single one of us. But whether we can feel that true mother is mother depends on us. Whether we can have this childlike heart, whether we can have this filial heart, that is not something that true mother can force us to have. We must have it in our heart. And again, we have to understand that we live at a time when true mother feels is the right time. We have to increase our membership 3 times. Why? For God to govern us, which is what was proclaimed by true mother, we need sovereignty, people, and land. Yeah, people. We need people, And there are people, our ancestors, who are filial in the past. If we can call them in our prayer, they will come down because the time is right. Call them in prayer and they will come. They will come because the time is right when your ancestors should cooperate with you. This is the right time. The cloud of witnesses that is mentioned in the Bible, they are the ones that will come down. But we have to believe but we have to call them. Call them. Yeah. That's what Chongxinwen is all about. We need to call the righteous political leaders and our ancestors. I call to Chiang Kai-shek when I'm in Chongqing every morning. I call to Sun Yat-sen, you know. This is a very difficult time. I read in the newspaper, Washington Times or Fox News, that China economically is not doing well. And they have good reasons to invade Taiwan because they want to distract public attention. So it's the time that we have to call the righteous, our righteous filial piety, pious ancestors and righteous ancestors to come down, and righteous politicians of the past, leaders to come down. This is the time that's why we are called to pray at Chongqing. I call Gorbachev to come down and work with Putin, you know. I even call Mao. I even call Stalin, you know, because they receive forgiveness from true parents and receive the blessing. And really, this is a time of which really we have to have this heart of sincerity, because sincerity moves heaven. And when we have this heart of sincerity, there is no need for us to have education about loyalty, filial piety, and fidelity. So all of us have to really, cultivate and inherit this heart of sincerity of our true mother and true father, because this is the time of which we can become sons and daughters of our true parents and sons and daughters of our heavenly parent. Thank you very much.